This conference will now be recorded.
So today we are going to start it with new concepts in RICEF. We have completed RICEF and we have completed our forms, and today we are going to see our enhancements. E stands for your enhancements. What are these enhancements? So enhancements are nothing but the add-on functionality. Add-on functionality. So whatever the things that has not been provided, or whatever the things that has not been provided by SAP, and you want that to be added in the standard transaction codes, standard T codes. So then we will go ahead and do our enhancements. Like as I told you, for material creation we have MM01. Uh, MM02 is for change and MM03 is for your display. So now in this MM01, let's say I want to fill when we are going to create a material, when we are going to create a material, or let's see that. So we have a third party system. Let's say suppose we have a Salesforce system. We have a Salesforce system. So Salesforce is integrating with SAP either via direct connection or via middleware. So what is this middleware? So middleware is nothing but your integrator which will able to send the data in the required format. So whatever the format which is sending by SAP might not be supported, so in that case we might need a middleware which will able to transfer the data with the desired SAP format. Now, so in the Salesforce we will be creating the material. We will create the material. Whenever we save it, the same thing has to be replicated in SAP. So this is called as your interface also. Interface. So real-time connection is nothing but your interface. So where we are going to connect with this from to, or where we want to receive the data, or where we want to transfer the data from any third party system is called as your interface. So we are receiving it now in the Salesforce. So how can we integrate? So in my question is, we don't have the Salesforce Salesforce fields in SAP, right? In SAP, we don't have it. But now we want the Salesforce details also needs to be stored in SAP. Let's say at least Salesforce material number has to be stored, so that when the user gives the Salesforce material number, we can get our SAP related material number. We can get our SAP related material number. How can we do this? So now we don't have our Salesforce field. In order to add these Salesforce fields into the material creation T code, we will be doing this enhancements. We will be doing this enhancements. So this is called as your enhancement. Add-on functionality for the user. It can be anything. So some derived fields we can able to do it, some derived fields, or we can add the third party fields. So derived fields is based upon some data what we have added. Automatically the other data in that standard transaction has to be populated automatically the standard. So let's say for example, when I'm creating a sales order, I'm going to create a sales order VA01. So in the sales order, the main thing is the sold to party. So in my business, when I enter the sold to party, automatically the bill to party and the seller number, so ship to party, has to be populated. In that case, the same number has to be copied, and in the partners it has to add your bill to party as well as your ship to party sh. SH pattern has to be added automatically with the same number. So in that case also we will be writing that in our enhancements. So like that, the derived fields we can able to do it, or we can add our new fields also. So both will come under your enhancements. In this enhancements, we do have so many ways for defining our enhancements, or so many ways for deriving our fields, so many ways to add our custom fields data, or we can derive the existing fields also. What are those? One is the exits, and the second one is the baddies, and the third one is your spots, and the fourth one is your BTEs, which is nothing but business transaction events. So majorly this we will be using in FI module, majorly almost like 90% we will be mainly using these BTEs in the FI module. So BTE is also most important. Okay, in this user exits, so in this exits again we do have two things. One is nothing but your user exit, and the second one is nothing but your customer exit. User exit and customer exit. So user exit and customer exit. So these are the first two things that has been determined. First, the user exits has came up into picture, then the baddies has came up into picture, then the spots has been came up into pictures, and BTEs has been came up. Either I can say baddies and the BTEs has came up into picture at the same time, and then the spots has been introduced. Then the spots has been introduced. In this spots, so we will be calling this as enhancement spots. In this we do have two types of enhancement spot. One is the implicit enhancement, explicit enhancement. Implicit enhancement spot as well as your explicit enhancement spot. These are the major things that we will be covering as part. Not the major things, these are all the topics that will be available in our enhancements. Now the first thing we are going to see is your user exit. User exit. So this is the first generation of the enhancements that has been introduced by the SAP. The first generation that SAP has introduced. So the first module that SAP has introduced is HD module. HD module is the first module that SAP has been introduced when they are launching the product, and later on they have been developed FI, PP, PM, HR. All this has been came up into picture. Now in this HD module, majorly we will be using our user exit. Now in this user exit, when we want to write the code, when we want to write the ABAP code, we need an access key. We need an access key. In SAP, we do have two types of access keys, guys. Two types of access keys. So one is the developer access, and the second one is the standard program edit access. The standard program edit access. So in real time, we will never ever give this, never ever give this access to any developer. To any developer, we will never ever give this, because when we have provided this access key to any developer, from then onwards SAP will not support on that application. So as we are going to edit the standard program, so now it's your responsibility. You are taking your own risk. Remember that you are taking your own risk. So from then onwards, SAP will not at all support for you guys. Remember that. So that's the main reason we will never ever give this right now. Usual in the previous, that means when SAP has been introduced with the HD module, at the time of user exits, we will use to get our developer access key and we will write the code. Later on, once we upgrade the system, so where it is going to create an issue, why we will not give the access, because once we upgrade the system, once we upgrade the system, all the standard programs will be will be get wipe off and replace with the new code. Remember that. So that's the main issue. That means when you take the edit access and you have done your changes, and now once the system gets upgraded, all the changes will be gone. All the changes will be gone in that. So that's the main reason we will be never sharing the edit access. Now you can ask me, then how you are going to add the data to our custom fields for our HD module? So we will be using something called as our spots. We'll be using something called as our spots. So in that we will be doing that one. So now how can we find out an user exit? How to find out the user exit? So open, get the program name, get the program name for the transaction code. For the T code, get the program name, and then open that program from SE93 or from SE38, either from SE93 or from SE38 or from SE80 or from SE82. So then once we open this, now what we need to do, so click on the search button. Click on the search button and then write user exit underscore and star user exit underscore and click on continue. Click on continue. So SAP will provide all the list of user exits. Now let me go ahead and show you that one. So now I'm going to, so SE38. So I want to add, I think it's lost. Okay. So SE93. So VA01. VA VA01, which is nothing but your sales order. So create of your sales order HD module. So this is our program. Open this program, double click on this. It will go to your program, which is nothing but your module pool program. You can't able to execute, which I told you earlier. So we need a standard, sorry, we need a T code to execute this. Now in this, don't use Control F, guys. So sometimes it will go ahead and use this one. Sometimes it will go ahead and use this global search button, or sometimes it will be using something like this, find, something like this. So don't use this Control F, use the global search button. Use the global search button, and here you will just say user exit underscore, and you need to select in your main program. Because why I'm going to select this, let me show you that one also. So in this we will be having the includes also. When we select in the main program, system will read the internal includes also. Internal includes also. Always remember, when you want to search anything, you need to search in the main program. In the main program, remember that. and then click on continue. And then click on continue. It will just provide us the list of all the user exits that are available for this program, for this particular program. And now we need to see the parameters of that user exits. We need to check the parameters of the user exit, and if those matches, we will implement the user exit. We will be implementing that user exit by taking the access key. By taking the access key, we will be implementing. But right now we are not providing the access key. We will use the implicit enhancement. We will use the implicit enhancement, and we will be writing our ABAP logic. So let me check this one. See here, use perform user exit underscore refresh document. So when you want to read any document, when you want to delete any document, when you want to save, when we are doing a save, if you want to do anything, so you will be using this user exit. And see, so user exit save document prepare. This is your subroutine. Inside your subroutine, you will be having this. Perform user exit available check credit. So whether the credit is you can able to provide for that particular customer. So perform check VBAP. So of all the lines of VBAP, you will be checking. So move field. So if you want to move the fields to KOMK table, so KOMP table, KOMKD table, these are all your tables. So like that, you will be having everything. So see here, you will be having your structures, which one it is you are going to use it now. So now we will be selecting that one. So once you have selected this one, so let me go to my, let's say I'm going to take this user exit available check credit. I'm just double click on this. So I want to do this one. Now this is where this is started with M, which is a standard program. So when we want to go ahead with the standard program, we always need to have our access key. So I'm just going to show you that one. Now when I double click on this, it will be going to that particular subroutine. You can able to see that one. It will be going to that particular subroutine. Now, see, this is the standard code that has been written by SAP. Now, I want to change this one. I want to change this one. So here I need to write my ABAP logic. Now, when I click on change this, it will be asking you your edit access, enter the access key. Now, if you want to get this access key, we need to take the screenshot of this, and we need to provide your, we need to send to this basis with your manager approval or from your client side manager approval. So because you have to provide the justification why you want to doing this one. So if those are okay with that, then they will be providing your approval. Then you can, then the basis will provide the access key. So then we will be entering this access key over here, and when we click on continue, it will go to your edit mode. Now once we started this edit mode, so from this onwards, in this program, any changes that has been provided, SAP will not support you. SAP will not support you. So in order to avoid that, what we will be doing, we will be doing an enhancements. We'll be doing an enhancements. Usually we will be writing all our changes in one include. So SAP AFZZ. So this is the main include where you will be writing your entire ABAP customization. whatever you want to do this, you will be doing this one. User exit delete document. See here, they have written an enhancement. They have written an enhancement. We don't have this option to change this, so they have written an enhancement over here. So how to do that, I'll be showing you at a later point of time. So user exit modification, this is standard, they have written it standard, or might be from the custom. They have also done that by taking the access key. So all these are the things. User exit move field to VBAK. In the VBAK table, if I have added some custom fields, I have added. So that custom fields data I have to populate. I need to store those values. So like the sales order has been created in the Salesforce, and now the Salesforce we are going to create. We have an integration with Salesforce to SAP, and now in the SAP the sales order is going to be created. How can you find out the relationship between the sales order, SAP sales order number along with the Salesforce sales order number? So for that, what we will be doing, we will be going to enhance this VBAK, and we will be adding our sales order field number. And now we will be coming to this exit, and we will be writing our ABAP code. So see here, they have written if, so this is something they are directly filling up. So I told you we can able to derive some fields. The derivation also is happening. So we will be not passing this one. So now they are checking if site T code, which is nothing but what is your current T code and what is your document type. So if this is VA01 and OR, so this field has to be filled automatically. I told you you can do it for your custom fields, or you can do it for your standard fields derivation also. You can do this. Now, if I want to move to VBAP, then we will be using this. In the VBAP, I want to add VBEP, I want to add, and then VBKD, I want to add. So then TKO MK, I want to add pricing. TKO MP, I want to add. All these are pricing related stuff. So now when I want to read the document, when I want to save the document, when I'm going to save the document, all these things that you can go ahead and do this one by taking your access key. So usually, because this is started with a yum, if it is starting with a z, then SAP will not touch that when we are going for an upgrades also. When the system is getting upgraded, or it won't touch your Z programs at all. Starting with either Z or Y, it won't touch that one. So apart from that, any other things that you are having, it will just replace with the new code. It will just replace with the new code. So that's why remember that don't take any access keys also in your real time for doing of this. So when you are getting a requirement to add some details from MV4, MV45A, FZZ, don't go ahead and directly take your access key. If you are taking that access key, people will think that you are not an exact ABAP developer also. So this is also one way to find out whether you have an experience in ABAP or not. So this is also one of the way. Okay. So this is all about your user exits. That's it. So we need to get your requirement, and we need to know this. So as I was telling you one thing, so I'll tell you the requirements how we will be having in real time. So one requirement I already told you, when we are creating the sales order number for a particular order type, the same number has to be stored for bill to party and ship to party also, based upon the order type. Let's say the order type is a retail counter, retail counter. So you will be paying at the same time, and you will be taking the goods with you only. So you are the sold to customer, you are the bill to customer, and you are the ship to customer only. So at that case, automatically the same details. So I don't need to add again and again. Even when you are trying to do it on the Amazon, it will ask you to whom we need to ship. So whether the bill to party and the ship to party must be the same or not. The bill to party and the ship to party must be the same or not. You will be selecting the same address. The same thing will be auto populated to the same details. That is also one of your enhancement. So Now when you are, so you can ask, you can raise a pop-up window and you can say for this particular order type whether the bill to party and sold to party is also same. So when you tick that, automatically those details has to be come up automatically in the partners tab of VA01. So if I go to VA03, let me open one of my sales order number, SE16N. Let me go to VBAK table. So let me check the number of entries, 15,000. Let me remove this one and let me click on execute. It's preparing my output. So now what I will do, I'll go ahead and take this with the descending sort. So this is one of the order that has been created recently. Let me go ahead and take this sales order number. Let me go to /O VA03. I'm just going to VA03. I'll be providing my sales order number. I'll be just clicking on execute. It will open our sales order number. So now in this, click on this header details. Under this header details, you will be having your partners. See here, the sold to party, the bill to party, and the payer. All these are the same details. Once, so here you can able to see the first thing at the sold to party. Now when we enter this based upon the document type, if I go here to my header details, you can see under your sales tab the order type, the standard order. If this is a standard order, automatically my partners has to be the same. The bill to party and the payer must be the same. It should not change that. It should not change that. Even when you are trying to change, it has to throw me an error. So that is also one requirement. So here we do have two requirements. When my order type is OR, so my requirement I was going to tell you. So you can also tell that in your real time also. So we have a custom order type. We have a custom order type called as retail, for example. Retail, for example. Now, when we add the sold to party, when we add the sold to party number, the same number, the same number has to be populated in the ship to party as well as the bill to party and the payer. All these three things. Now, even when after that, even when user tries to change that, it it has to throw an error. It has to throw an error saying that all the partners are not in sync. So all these things. So this is one place where you will be writing this, and this is another place. So if I want to do that, so one is from Control F, VBPA. I'm just going to take VBPA, and now in this program only. So I'm just going to do this one. So see here, you will be having here the partners. So if I can select this one, here you will be having your partner details. I just want to check move move this to VBPA user exit. But anyways, let's go ahead and check internally again. So here something is there, and let's just see user save document. When we are clicking on the save button, so here we have to check whether all my parameters are same or not. This is one. The second requirement. For the second requirement, we will be going to use this one. When the user is trying to save, when the user is trying to change this, so after the changing this, they will go ahead and click on save button. When they click on the save button, so now we will be reading the partners. So the partners will be storing in VBPA table. For that, we will be always having the X VBPA structure. So in this, we will be having the details from this X VBPA. It will be moving to your VBPA. So here we will be reading this So what we will be doing, first we will be getting, first we will get the sold to party number, and then we will read the BP and check if sold to party and bill to party are or same, like this. If sold to party is not equal to bill to party, we will throw an error. Or if the sold to party is not equal to ship to party, we'll be throwing an error. If the sold to party is not equal to payer, then we will be throwing an error. Then we'll be throwing an error. So these are the three things we will be doing it, and we'll be storing our details. So this is one requirement. Like this, you will be having a lots of requirement in our real time. Now, this is all about your user exit. Clear, guys? Any questions in the user exits? Any questions? Okay, I'll be considering it as no questions, and then we will be dealing the next thing called as the customer exit. Customer exit. So now in this customer exit, the second version of the enhanced version, whatever the issues we have seen, the first thing is the access issue, and the second thing is when the system get upgrade, all our all our all our all our custom logic will gets wipe off. The custom logic will get wipe off wipe off. So to avoid all these things, now user is not going to satisfy with the product that they have been purchased, because every time the system gets upgraded, we have to again go ahead and write our logic. It's not so simple. It's not a simple thing. So when we want to when we write that again the logic, so again we need to do the testings, all these things again, it has to be happen. Everything has to be perfectly working with the older version or not. We have to check that, right? So that's the main thing. People are not interested. Then SAP has realized if you are going always with the user exit, then we will be facing an issue. One second. Now after this, SAP has came up with a new thing called as your customer exit. Yeah, customer exit, and even SAP is also introducing the new modules. So for all the upgraded modules, like for or for PM or for FI or for HR, we will have we will we will we will never work. As per my experience, I'm telling, I have never worked on the user exit. On the user exit, I have never worked. I have never ever worked on any user exit on all these modules. Only for the HD module, we have seen the user exit. So there is a probability for checking also for first preference to which we are going to give in our real time. First preference on, so preference wise also the user exit will be our last option. The user exit will be our last option. Okay, so now the next thing is the customer exit. So the customer exit, these are these are the Z includes that are being provided by SAP. So this include will be provided, that Z include inside a function module. Remember that these are the Z includes that are provided by the SAP inside a function module. Inside a function module. Now, first of all, we need to find out this function module. We need to find out this function module. After this function module, for every function module, we will have the parameters. You know that we will be having our parameters. If that parameters are going to satisfy our requirement, then we will be implementing that Z include inside that function module. If all the parameters are going to work for our scenario, for work our requirement, then we will we will what we will do, we will implement the Z include inside the function module, and we will write the ABAP logic. We'll be writing our ABAP logic. So this is what we will be doing in our customer exit. So firstly, we need to find the customer exit. The customer exit, we need to find out that one, and then we need to go ahead and implement the customer exit. So directly we will not write the program in our Z includes. We'll be not writing our program in Z includes. We will be we have to find out our customer exit, and we need to implement that customer exit, the customer exit, and then we will implement the Z include. The Z include. In this customer exit also, we have 4 different types of customer exit. One is the field exit. The second one is the screen enhancement, adding a new screen to your standard transaction codes. And the third one is field menu exit, and the fourth one is menu. Fourth one is there is one more exit is also there. One second, guys. Sorry. And the last one is the function module exit. So this is your first one. The function module exit is your first one. Function module exit, and the last one is your field exit. So right now this is not going to be used right now. This has been removed, has been removed from SAP also. This has been removed, so I'm not going to cover this field exit. I'm going to cover this function module screen exits as well as your menu exit. So I'm going to add this document in your thing. So I just provided this one. So what are the things? The add-on functionality that has been provided by SAP to add our custom requirements to your standard transaction codes. These are the placeholders that SAP has been provided to add our logic. All these are the things. So in this customer exit, and this is a old technology, currently we are not using. In this baddies, these are the 4 different types of your baddies, and I forgot to write your BTEs. BTEs, which is nothing but your business transaction events. So majorly we will be using this in our FI module. So I'm going to show you that one. So how can you find out this one? Pass the corresponding transaction, or double click or navigate to SC38 and click on the global search on the top and pass user exit and select in main program. SAP will provide the list of all the things I had told you in main program. Click the corresponding exit and implement the code by taking the access key from SAP security, or create an implicit enhancement. create an implicit enhancement. I didn't tell you about the implicit enhancement yet. I'm going to teach you that one. What are the issues? It requires an access key. We won't consider this user exit until we don't have any other option. This is the last option. Whenever the system gets upgraded, all the logic inside this include will be removed automatically. How to revert this? As a part of support slash upgrade project, we will be we have to upgrade our SAP T codes. So for that, we will be having two transaction codes. One is SPAU and SPDD. So SPDD is to activate, because in SPDD, in the data dictionary also, you will be excuse me, so you will be what I mean to say, yeah, you will be adding your custom fields, right? You will be go ahead and add your custom fields with the help of your append structure, right? As I told you at the starting classes, we'll be doing that one, right? So when we have to do that one, when you are doing that one, now once the system gets upgraded, system doesn't know whether we want this structure to be added in the upgraded system or not. So because as the system doesn't know, it will just keep aside. So it's your duty to go to this transaction code SPDD, and you have to activate those structures manually, whereas SPAU is to add your whatever the removed logic, whatever the SAP has been removed. So that logic, if you want to add it, we will be going and using your SPAU. So those are the two things that we will be doing as part of our upgrade projects that we will be doing that one. Okay, so then we will be seeing our customer exit. So these are the Z includes which has been provided by our SAP to add our own custom logic, and include programs are available in every function module. Each function module will be calling it as our customer exit, and these include programs we don't require, as these are Z include programs, we don't require an access key. And even though the upgrade, as these are D include programs, SAP will never touch these includes. And the customer exits are available in all the modules of SAP, even in HD also. Even in HD also it is available. So what are the four types of customer exit? One is the function module exit, the screen exit, the menu exit, as well as your field exit. So how can you find out this function module exit, the menu exit, and the field exit? That we will be checking in our tomorrow's class. So as you have to go to office, so I'm going to stop till today. So tomorrow I'm going to continue, and tomorrow I'll be taking you 2 hours of the session, and we'll be completing all our customer exit. In this, we do have four things. All those four things we are going to cover, sorry, three things, as we are not going to worry about the field exit. So that the remaining three things we'll be going to cover in our tomorrow's session. So that's it. So that's the end of today's session. Before I signing off for today's session, any other questions? Okay, I'll be considering it as no questions, and we'll meet you tomorrow again, and we'll continue our session. Thank you. Thank you all.